Well, hello everyone. This is the Saturday before Easter, so it's March 31st, 2018. And I thought I'd show you a little video here of what I'm up to on this Saturday. So I'm going to spray about 50 acres today. I sprayed 25 acres yesterday and 75 acres last weekend. But today I'm going to spray 50 acres. This is going to be the first of two loads that I'll put out today. So this is about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. I've already fed the cattle, and I've already taken a load of hay over to one of our hay customers, and that leaves us with just 3 bales now for the rest of the year. So, in other words, we're done feeding hay. That's sort of a blessing in many, many ways. Michelle, she's over at Austin today and tomorrow, so she's on over to see Maddie and to watch her do the Easter egg hunt, which is always a spectacle. And I understand that she was quite successful, and I think she told me she got 100,000 eggs. So that was a pretty good take, I would say. All right, so especially for our younger demographic, might be an opportunity to learn something. So what I'm doing there is pouring surfactant into a measuring container. I'm going to put 1 gallon of that surfactant into this sprayer. This sprayer holds 500 gallons of mixture, so that's a pretty diluted amount of the surfactant. The surfactant isn't the chemical that kills weeds or anything. It makes the chemical that kills the weeds more effective, and it thereby lowers the cost because you can use less of the more expensive chemical by using a little bit of this surfactant. Now, I'm running around here looking a little puzzled because when I finished up the load I sprayed last night, I parked this sprayer and I filled it half full of water so that I could, get launched a little bit earlier today. Well, I'm seeing this pool of water down there by the hydrant, directly behind me there, directly, down line there. You can see the hydrant. There's a puddle of water there, and I'm trying to figure out where it came from. I will eventually settle on the explanation that I left the hose in the tank overnight and it siphoned water out of the tank right down there to the hydrant. So this morning the tank had about 125 gallons less than what I put in it last night, and that's the only thing that really explains why there's a puddle down there and there's 125 gallons of water missing out of the tank. The tank doesn't have a leak or anything, so that's about the only explanation that can hold. So I'm in the process here putting 10 gallons of the actual pesticide in. I've got the surfactant in, 1 gallon of that, and now 10 gallons of the chemical. And then it'll all mix up. So I've already started the tractor up, got the PTO running, so it's all mixing inside of that tank there. And it takes about a little bit over an hour for our hydrant to fill that 500 gallons of water. So the time that between trips is significant. So it's probably 90 minutes by the time you take care of everything. So 2 loads is about all I can get sprayed in a day, especially when I'm starting. When I pull into the field to spray this first load, it's 11 o'clock. So that's about as good as I can do, really. Now, last weekend's video about the selfie sticks got a lot of action. I can't remember how many views, but I think around 200 million views on that video up to the moment. In any case, it was fun, and just thinking about the selfie stick, I decided after work on Friday that I was going to go get a mechanical mount so that I could mount my camera, my phone actually, in the tractor cab, and then today I'm going to show you what I can do with that. So I'm going to take you on a ride now with me to go spray this chemical. So I've got everything put into the tank now, and now I'm just now tidying up there. Now here we go. This is the first round out in the field. So I've made kind of half a lap and went ahead and turned the camera on. So I've got this mount that you can kind of see at the bottom of the screen there. It's a suction cup that mounts to the window, and so I could put this on any window, and it's relatively stable, and it gives you kind of a cool perspective on what's going on. So this is, I believe, normal speed. Yes, this is normal speed. So I will speed it up to, I think, 8 times normal speed here in a little bit. but I thought I would start out and just show you what it looks like at normal speed here. Now you can see things look wet. So we got 6.5 inches of rain this past week, and you can see puddles standing there. There's puddles pretty much throughout this pasture, and I'd really like to delay putting the chemical on until all the water's dried up, but I don't have that luxury. I've got to get it done. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed. So here I am. I'm going down along the highway. So this is FM 1452. I'm going down along the highway. I'm approaching the fence between us and Dean. And so just as I get to this fence here and turn right, you'll get a glimpse of Dean's house. And there it is. So his house just on the other side of the fence there. We also put up the hay there on Dean's throughout the summer, and it's got a nice start. It's also got some weeds probably need to be treated, but it'll clean up pretty good. These are winter weeds. We don't worry about winter weeds so much. We are a lot more concerned about the summer weeds, particularly the goat weed. These spring weeds will die off, and there won't be much left of them by the time we actually get around to taking the first cutting of hay. Okay, so here we are at 8 speed, and you can see we're kind of motoring right along here. So this is the tractor we call the New K, although it's not the newest tractor. It's nevertheless called the New K. And so we have all of our Kubota names. So the little one Michelle calls the Katie. That's one she uses to mow around the place. We used to have the little K, but we traded that in on the MLK. And one time we had the little K, and we had another tractor called the Big K. So we still have the Big K. So we've got, and this tractor we call the New K. So we've got Katie, the MLK, the Big K, and the New K. And this is the New K. It's a 2009 tractor, so it's not all that new. It's got a couple thousand hours on it, but it's really a good tractor and pretty comfortable to ride in. It's got an air ride seat and so forth. So trucking right along here, making the first round. With the first round, we don't put the booms out. We just use we got nozzle sprayers to spray laterally, and that way you can get through the fence and clean up all the weeds that would otherwise be growing in your fence line if you're using the booms. All right, slowing her back down here for a minute, taking her at normal speed, and this is the lane that comes up from the house. So I'm headed right towards the house on this particular angle, and spraying between the trees. So we got these tree rows south of the house, and that's where I'm at, cleaning all that up. This pasture has about 80 acres in it, so it'll take us a total of 3 loads to get everything sprayed. So this is the very first load that we put it on. I'll do another one this afternoon. In fact, I did get it done. So finished up around 6:30 putting that second load on. And then tomorrow on Easter Sunday, I'll get out there early and put that final load on, and that pasture will be done. And I will have cleaned up all the chemical that I bought, which is a good thing. I guess this vibrant green to you folks in Nebraska still looks a little foreign. I know spring's coming up there, but it seems like, particularly in the Northeast, the snowstorms just seem to keep coming. And getting kind of late in the year for all of that. We're certainly grateful to have that all behind us. Not that we get snowstorms exactly, but winter is definitely behind us. Today we're getting up to 80 degrees. Easter Sunday we're expecting 80 degrees. And so before you know it, these pastures will be quite lush, and we'll have all those pretty yellow flowers gone. And the cattle will be doing really well and putting on quite a bit of gain. So we already see these calves doing well. They've got some 300-pound calves out there, which and they just look great. We had a few born since we got all those cattle worked over spring break. So it's good to see that we're going to have them all done here not too long, and that's something we certainly appreciate. So in just a little bit here, we're going to put this camera on the back glass and let you see the sprayer. As we start round number 2, we put the boom down on the sprayers, and we can cover about 30 feet per pass. So the boom's on each side, plus the boom behind the trailer. If you measure the whole deal, it covers about 30 feet. So you can get across these 80 acres. I could do it all in a day pretty easily if I got started early in the morning and I had a quick refill. Right now, my refill is a little bit too slow. I can't probably get it done all in daylight hours, 3 loads, but I could come pretty close. But if I could almost instantly mix and refill, then I can easily get 3 loads spread, so I can do 75, 80 acres a day with no great difficulty as long as nothing breaks. Okay, so here we are. We're getting ready. We're going to go look out the backside. So you can see the sprayer. You can always see the water levels down a little bit after making that first round. So we're spraying around 20 gallons per each acre covered. And you know, with that much liquid being sprayed per acre, it really does help the effectiveness. Really, just see I went through a mud puddle there. But the more water you spray with the chemical, the better the effect's going to be, because you do a better job saturating the plants as you go over them. So I think this is 8-speed. It's at least 8-speed. We're really trucking along. We're going right down our driveway there, and we get down the bottom of the driveway. We'll turn right along the FM 1452. There you can see some of our calves, and they're down there eating, just kind of curious, see what's going on with things there. You can really see the yellow flowers when you're looking out the back here. I think somehow they show up better looking backwards than they do when you're looking forwards. But there's just you know, a lot of coverage with those yellow flowers. So that's the primary reason that we're spraying, is to get rid of those weeds, those flowering weeds. And they'll die off relatively quickly because they're still in a stage where they're very, very vulnerable. So let me just close by wishing everybody a happy Easter. I hope you enjoy the day, and we'll be probably putting together another video next weekend and figure out something to do. But wishing everybody well, and a very, very happy Easter.